Sounds like it's still the
raced in a
debate's
lot.
still going to go on.
No, I don't think Paddy the Baddy will ever be the champion. I don't think that he'll win the next.
You said
fight.
he stunk, though.
I do think he stinks.
right.
I feel.
You're White Sox Daving right now.
No, I'm not.
Hey, before we get going, I want to talk about our friends at Miller Lite. Hey, great weekend, Dave. A lot of sports. We had the Masters, UFC. I certainly was enjoying myself some Millers while I watched the sporting event.
Not only that, Ed, we had a nice little weather
Yeah.
weekend. It was
Yeah.
a little chilly, but warm enough to sit on a patio if you're right at the perfect midday hour. And of course, I did that, and of course, it was accompanied by Miller Lite.
Couple beers, couple Millers.
I grilled this weekend for the first time this year. I had Miller Lite.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect. And
Yesterday.
of course, the draft is next Thursday, so you'll get those draft Millers. So regardless of what it's for, you can make these moments even better with Miller Lite, the great tasting light beer for people who love beer. It's the original light beer since 1975, and it's still the best one. Miller Lite, great taste, 96 calories, the official beer partner of the Chicago Bears. Go to MillerLite.com/stretch to find delivery options near you, or you could pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. Tastes like Miller Time Chicago. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. Also, I should bring up Icon Pass here, everyone. If you don't know what Icon Pass is, it's to get a good deal to ski the slopes, Dave, okay? Your Icon Pass is more than a pass. It's a direct line to joy. Claim your pass to 60-plus destinations worldwide before prices go up and promotions end on April 17th. That's this week, so you got to jump in on it now. Starting at just $259 for adults, these are the lowest prices of the 25-26 season, and they end April 17th. Plus, claim your season for as low as $0 down and 0% APR. Terms do apply. If you want more joy for less, families save up to $200 on child passes, and renewing pass holders save up to $100. More adventure, more savings, more of everything that makes winter great. Grab your season of joy now at iconpass.com. All right, welcome to the stretch. Lots to get to today, actually. An extension by the Bears, the Bulls playing game. The Cubs take 2 out of 3 from the Dodgers. The White Sox take 2 out of 3 from the Red Sox. But I think it's right that we start at the Masters. Right?
Oh, I was going to start it with White Sox Dave.
Yeah, well, it was the week of individual sports.
He's back. He's all the way back. My boy is back, and I feel good about it.
Do you feel any remorse, though, that you shit on the troops so hard?
No, I want to talk about that. So
I'm
serious.
No, he's talking shit.
I was worried about saying that shit, not because of what I was saying. I was afraid because it was on your show, and I didn't want to piss you off. So I'll say that.
Dave, time out. Before you even say that, was there a single person in this entire start to finish of you versus Khan's race that was more on White Sox Dave's side than me? There's no way. There's no way. There's no way.
Shay called blouses like 10 seconds into that.
I understand that, but I'm saying before the race,
the
race, it was like I was the only one. I was on an island, basically being like, he's gonna fucking dust him.
I didn't think I was gonna dust him, but
I knew you were gonna dust him.
I didn't think he was gonna be that slow. So there's a couple.
He was
things,
insanely slow.
There's a couple things on that. All right, so. I didn't want to piss you guys off on your show. If this was the stretch where we were doing that, I had like 12 things written down the night before that I was going to say to him.
I love that.
And everyone, there are people that came at me saying I disrespected the troops. Listen, okay. I come from a military family to an extent. I got cousins on an Air Force base in Guam right now. I got my sister's in Germany right now. I have an aunt that's a colonel in the military. My uncle is in the Navy. I have a large military background. I was one signature away from joining Captain Khan's to go to Iraq.
That's a scary,
when I was in college and struggling to afford my liberal arts education. I do not disrespect the troops, okay? I really respect the troops. I did a fucking tour of Band of Brothers last, like all of their battles. I went to.
All right. So now we've lost. That's not
respect
really being like I went on
troops.
vacation and went to Normandy. That's not like respecting the troops, Dave. But okay,
I respect the troops.
Okay,
that I know that doesn't, but like I study military history. Like that's something I enjoy. I don't disrespect the troops. I disrespect Captain Khan's.
Yeah,
Captain Khan's is a fucking fat oaf. He's a fucking idiot, and he got exactly what. Like I'm a little pissed. There's a couple regrets I had, and I didn't get to this point in the race. I was a little pissed off. Like, in my head on the second lap, there was something that came across my head. I thought that you guys might have had him, like give one to me for a split second. So I was thinking
that would
about
have been so fucked up.
I was thinking about legit stopping on the second lap. Because I'm like, he's
Because
so
you were
like,
stunned.
Oh, that
what
would
the
have been
fuck?
so funny.
What the fuck is this?
No, I wouldn't do that. I wanted you to win.
And
It's a good idea for the tickler.
and
yeah.
that did affect my time. And another thing, I went back yesterday afternoon and rewatched the Yak prior, like before the race and after the race.
Okay.
Like the few minutes around it. You guys saying I would have baked in an injury excuse, that actually offends me.
That was Danny.
That's actual bullshit. I would have never done that.
Like, said you were hurt.
Danny,
Yeah,
did, wait,
that
hold on.
is-
Danny didn't say that you were going to say that. He just said, if there were any excuses, here's my list of what you would say.
That would have been.
Where is
He doesn't
here?
know
Oh, no,
me
he's
well
coming
enough
back.
because I would never have baked in an excuse, injury and excuse. Like for instance, Chief, we did that wrestling match when we were doing the thing with Bilal Muhammad. Chief fucking threw me around like a little rag doll. I said, Chief, you got me there. I'll get you next time. And if Cons would have beat me, I would, like I said, I would have tipped my hat because to me it wasn't
This is
me
how,
versus Cons. It was me saying,
This-
hey, I'm not actually out of shape. I'm actually in pretty fucking good shape. Like, I got a 6:30. If you can get a 6:15, like, more power to you.
this is how we know Dave is all the way back. He won convincingly, like a coronation of his athletic prowess, and he's pissed that Danny made a joke beforehand. You're back.
That wasn't
You're
a joke.
back.
He was serious.
And
that wasn't a joke.
Make no exceptions. At no point did he disrespect the troops.
No.
No.
No, he went on a tour of the Band of Brothers in
I-
France.
At no point.
At no point.
Yes. Say at no point.
I was
Say
disrespecting
at no point.
Cons. I was disrespecting
Who happens to be a troop.
Who happens to be a troop.
Well, either way, I was excited. It was good to see you back, and congratulations.
I'm
Big week.
pissed that he was that slow though, because like it was
He was shockingly slow.
that was bad.
I could have probably beat him.
I think
on that day.
actually that's next
Yeah.
up on my list. Cons versus Mintz.
Oh, okay.
I have to see Cons versus Mintz because I think that Cons.
I don't. That won't happen again to Cons.
No, he'll be fat. I'm saying, like, if he ran that against me, I could beat him. I don't think if we went and did another
Couple weeks from
race where he got ready, he would.
Yeah.
But he would beat me.
I bet you
Well,
could muster a 8, right?
I could probably go a little. We
Yeah,
did it on the Yak when everyone was saying that I wouldn't get under 10, and I ran like a 7:30. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, yeah.
But the look in his eyes afterwards, he will not let that happen again. He was a beaten man.
Better not. Are you going to do a round 2?
A race?
Yes. I want to see a round 2. I want.
They're like that's the thing. Like people are like, oh, you got to race KB. KB never.
No. Cons again. If
Oh.
Cons wants a rematch, I think you have to give him a rematch.
Maybe.
Because
You said you wouldn't on the show.
What do you mean?
You said that you wouldn't if you were me on the app.
When they were all trying to goad him into
Yeah.
a rematch.
Oh yeah,
Well,
we were playing good cat.
Yeah.
cop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah. But I think you have to, just because I think you'll beat him again, and then he'll have no excuse.
That I mean, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
No, there's
Just wipe the floor with him again and be like, all right, next.
this is gonna come off so fucking douchey, but
I love it.
when
I love it.
when I run, like I'll go around the neighborhood and I'll keep like a nice leisurely pace. But when I'm like 2-3 times a week, I'm running on the Peloton till like I'm almost puking. That's how hard I'm fucking running. I'm
beast.
So I'm gonna keep doing it. It's like cathartic for me. I like doing it. It hasn't become content, and I don't speak about it often because it's like it's just what I do a couple times a week. But I would fucking waste him again.
Yeah.
Like I'm pissed off that I let the whole Army background like seep into my head because I thought he was gonna give me a race, and he's just
Well, it's kind of inconceivable.
so out of shape.
It's inconceivable, respectfully to Cons, to see someone be so confident and then perform like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Everyone, he kind of fooled everyone.
Yeah. Not me.
Not you.
I wasn't fooled.
Shay called blouses really quick.
Yeah.
That was like the most impressive thing, I think.
There's only 2 seconds behind you after the first lap, and then it just
That's where I think I think he just was like, I'm cooked.
I could have kept that pace the whole
Of course you could have.
race, but the middle 2 laps, like I'm like, he's either gonna turn on the jets like F-16 and like I was like, there's no way that he's this far behind
slow.
me.
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, Rory won the Masters.
Dave has a question, not even a take. A question.
It's not a take.
It's a question.
I watched the entire final round. We had the mini golf. Like, I don't know. Like, if I'm Rory McIlroy, yes, I just won the Masters. Would there be a little salty taste in your mouth even after the victory, considering how you won it?
No. What? Why? Huh? That makes no sense.
He kind of played like ass.
Dude.
He did and didn't, but...
No, I think it's exact opposite. I think he did. He won it. Oh, like, if he had, and I said this on PMT, but if he had won, I'm not a Rory fan. I had no opinion of Rory for the longest time. I think the Ryder Cup, the hat gate, him like in the driveway, then taking the phone.
Doesn't
and
like YouTubers.
Always doing the live stuff. Like, I just thought he was kind of a bitch. And I also love, like, I'll be honest, like, watching someone choke is interesting to me.
Yeah.
So I was rooting for him to choke. But if he had won that final round, if he had when he was minus 14, he was 14 under, Justin Rose was 10 under,
at like
and he's
13.
going on the second night. No, I think it was after the 10th hole. If he had just gone and just kept on getting birdies and he had won by 6 or 7 strokes, I think then in the back of his mind he would have been like, obviously incredible, but do I have it when it really is like a tight match and I've choked a couple times in really tight situations? And do I have it like in that when the next one comes up and I'm only a stroke ahead? Instead, he basically choked like 4 separate times and bounced back. So he basically just ripped the monkey off his back and was like, I could do this now. So I think it was the perfect way for him. And I was satisfied. If he had won by 5 strokes, I would have been bummed. I would have been like, that sucked.
I was about to turn it off at one point. I'm like, he's just gonna fucking
it was incredible. Yeah, I think he actually won in a way that actually I think he's gonna rip off a bunch of wins now.
I wouldn't be surprised because he did get the win. To everything you just said, however, like I would have been putting that like, man, I was fucking ass there.
Oh, I don't think it matters.
Like I don't know,
but he
wasn't. He won.
He won. And when they were tied on the last hole, and he was the only one left. Him and who was his partner?
Rose.
Okay, and
I mean, he hit some fucking unbelievable iron shots.
Unbelievable
iron shots.
Unbelievably bad.
And then he had a lot of bad drives that went right into the sand. I get it, but I think to his point, like he made it to the playoff.
He won.
He would have choked that playoff if.
Yeah.
Right, like he did.
I was 1,000,000%.
Also, you can't be like, I played bad when he still had the lowest score.
I know.
Like he played better than it.
But I mean, most double bogeys in the history of the Masters.
That's pretty great, but that also means that he had to have a lot of really good holes.
Right.
What, he came in 14 under, or was it 12 under?
I think it was 12 was what he won.
Start the day.
Yeah,
one with 12.
It was, no, but what did he come in the
12.
day? Yeah,
start the
12.
day.
Yeah.
All right, so without the playoff, he was 1 over on the day.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
But
but also he played incredible on.
Yeah.
I think his second 9 on Friday and his front 9 on Saturday were like lights out.
Yeah, I think
when was his awful
holes?
Back
he was
9
not
was Friday.
He was not good on. I believe it was the first day. I don't think he did very well. He shot a 72 on the first day, 66, 66, 73. So I mean, the back-to-back 66 are insane. Like, those are incredible. Yeah, on his round 2, he played bogey-free golf, had 4 birdies in a eagle, and then on Saturday he had 2 eagles. That's crazy.
It was just a weird 4 rounds.
He just had such a good lead, and then obviously the guy who he was paired with, Bryson, completely melted.
Yeah, it was
Totally,
a schizophrenic final round.
Yeah.
He was very schizophrenic. He had I was talking about. 6 birdies, 3 bogeys, and 2 double bogeys on his final round. It was all over the place, but yeah, I don't think it matters. That's why they play 4 rounds.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's wearing the green jacket, so no, it doesn't matter. But like, I was just like, man,
I didn't
did
realize
he win it or did everybody like? I don't know.
Were you rooting for him to miss that putt on 18?
I
wouldn't say I was rooting.
Yeah, I was.
I bet Oberg to start the day. Once he was done, I didn't care. But No, but I wasn't rooting for him to make it.
Yeah.
Right? Like I was like I feel bad saying I'd be rooting for him to miss it.
Oh, Whitney came on PMT on Friday, and we literally predicted that.
That he
Like
would
we
miss
said that. He was like, he asked me point blank. He's like, if he's shooting a 5-foot putt on 18 on Sunday to go to a playoff or win the Masters, what are you rooting for? I was like, playoff, no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, a playoff's awesome. And he was still the favorite going into the playoff. And I was like, is Rose kind of the guy? But he's a little older. You know?
Rose has lost 2 playoffs
Yeah.
in the Masters now.
That's
He lost to Sergio.
That's pain.
Yeah.
You know, his joints, start to get tightened up a little bit. He's 44.
Yeah.
Rory's probably, 35 now?
Yeah, which is stunning to me. I thought he was way older.
Yeah, because he's been
been
golfing for
around
so long.
Yeah.
I thought he was way, like they said, he's been chasing it for a decade. So he's been chasing it since he was 25.
I mean, I think he was, I
Probably
think he
more
was
than that.
21 in when he won his first, I want to say he was 21 when he won his first major. Because, he hasn't won one since what was it? It was 2014 was the last time he won it. So he's 35 years old right now, and his first major was in 2011. He won
22.
the U.S. Open.
He was 22 years old.
Crazy.
Been around forever,
I
yeah.
didn't realize he was kind of such a young star.
Yeah.
Well, let's just keep going with the individualized sport. Did you watch Paddy Saturday?
Yeah, awesome. He looks awesome.
Dude, are you a UFC fan?
I am. I'm not like a diehard, but I will get all the big fights. I actually didn't watch this one just because my household has been sick for like a week, so I've been doing the responsible thing of I've been going to sleep at I went to sleep at like 9 p.m. like 2 nights in a row.
Helps.
When's the last
Yeah,
time
and
you've done that?
I haven't been sick. Been a long time,
Yeah.
but I have avoided getting sick, so I feel very responsible that I was able to stay healthy through.
Actually, Lance, can you get Uncle Chaps in here if he's by his desk?
Because like Saturday night it was like 1-0 Cubs, and I was like, oh shit, hopefully hold on, and then I wake up and it was 16-0.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a sec too. Paddy the Baddy. I've become, since the pandemic, just a massive UFC fan. I don't really miss any cards. It could be a just Apex event. I'll watch it on Sunday morning afterwards, or a pay-per-view. I'm watching it. And Paddy's been. Do you know his
Yeah, of course. He worked with us.
Well, I
yeah.
know, but do you know what people?
Yeah,
think?
he was good, and then he was obviously very flashy at start, and then people thought he was getting tomato cans, getting
What? Well, he was.
getting favorable. I mean, I was at the fight that everyone was mad about
Gordon.
when Dave and I
Yes.
were like fight of the night.
Yeah.
And the UFC fans got so pissed at us.
Yeah, that's where people really turned on Paddy, was that fight. And listen, say what you want. Maybe he should have lost that fight. But you can't deny how good he's looked in his last 2 fights, because he's looked phenomenal.
He's
Yeah.
looked, and that's an
beast.
awesome weight class too. That's my favorite weight class in all of UFC. It's just like the entire top 10's loaded with just star power, and like it's gonna be hard for him to reach that pinnacle because of who's at the top. But he's right there after that fight.
Yeah.
And I called you in here to make a public apology on.
Wait, Mike's not on. Hold on.
You're good.
I'm not going to apologize. I will, however, admit that I was wrong.
What were you wrong about?
That Paddy the Baddy is not good. And I'll still say, I'm not sure he's championship material. He beat the brakes off of Michael Chandler. Turns out
You're a UFC expert.
Oh, big time, big
remember?
time, big
Yeah.
time, big time, big time.
that was one of the
He's been watching
Weirdest.
since 05.
Dave literally was like, brought him on the rundown. I was like, you're our UFC expert. And Chad was like, I am?
Yeah, well, no, because I got a call. Like, I had been working here for like 2 weeks, and I was going to get grocery, and Dave called me, like, yelling at me the first time. And I was like, what the hell's going on? He's like, where the fuck is the blog at? Where's the blog? I was like, what? What blog? He was like, the UFC blog. The fight's been over for like 12 hours. I was like, I wasn't aware that I'm the UFC guy. He's like, well, you are. You're a Marine, right? All right.
So good. But yeah, you were wrong.
Yeah, I was big time wrong. Paddy the Baddy.
That's why you brought him in? I love it. Dave's back. He's
He's big
Well,
time back.
calling out people.
Yeah.
But for
Danny's
the last
here
like
also.
2.
Oh, Danny's here. Okay, great.
For the last 2-ish weeks, Chaps and I had
more than
I would
that.
say
I would say more than that.
but leading up to this fight,
Yeah.
it's heightened a little bit. We've argued because Paddy's 2 fights ago looked awesome.
Yeah.
And I was like, that was not the same Paddy the Baddy that I've seen fighting like for his last 5-6 fights or whatever. He looked fucking awesome 2 fights ago. And then Michael Chandler, that's a name. He's a stud. Fights often. He's awesome.
Wrong.
I don't think Bobby Green's not that good. Bobby Green is a body that they have people like Paddy fight so that they can move up the rankings.
Yes, definitely.
Michael Chandler still hasn't won since 2022, so he's on like
He's fighting Dustin Poirier and all like the best of the absolute best.
But did he win though?
No,
And he got embarrassed in a lot of those fights.
I don't think.
Sounds like it's
boat
still
raced
the
in a
debate's
lot.
still going to go on.
No, I don't think Paddy the Baddy will ever be the champion. I don't think that he'll win the next.
You said
fight.
he stunk though.
I do think he stinks. I feel.
You're White Sox Daving right now.
No, I'm not. I was wrong about this particular fight. I am not wrong that I don't think that Paddy is a top level contender.
You said top 10. Is he top 10? So you're moving goalposts.
No, I'm not.
Well,
I
you said
said
you don't think
he's
he's
not.
a top 10?
I am shocked that he beat Michael Chandler. I don't think that he's a championship contender kind of guy. I think that his ceiling, which I think I said on the bus, his ceiling is probably a 6 to 8, 6 to 10 guy. He's never going to move up. He probably is Michael Chandler. He'll probably be in that group for a long period of time.
But you said he stinks. Michael Chandler, even though he hasn't won, doesn't stink. Michael Chandler has been he's awesome.
No, he is. I don't think Paddy the Baddy will never be what he was supposed to be when he walked out in the London the first time when everybody's like, oh, Paddy the Baddy. He's never going to be McGregor Jr., which is what he was billed as. Because he has the weird accent, because he's doing all this stuff, I don't think he's
goofy
that
hair.
guy.
That may be true, but that's not what you were saying.
Paddy needs to cut his hair. If he cut his hair, it would look like he's down for business, that he's standing on business.
You think he needs to go with like the Beatles, old school?
I think he needs to
Liverpool?
cut. Remember when McGregor came out and McGregor had like the Viking haircut?
Yeah.
And then whenever he came out the next time, he was shaved head McGregor, super thin, 145er, and absolutely beat the brakes off of everybody because he changed from being like a gimmick to I'm going to be the baddest motherfucker in the world. That's what Paddy needs to do.
You are an expert. All right, you guys take this offline.
Yeah, we'll take it.
All right, I'll see you guys.
Thank you, Chaps.
Hey, let's stop to talk about our friends at Ghost. You Ask Ghost Listen Straw Bango is here to stay permanently. Now sold exclusively at Circle K. White Sox Dave's got one on his hand. If you could see it in the video version. It's the perfect duo of fresh strawberry paired with sweet and sour mango for a crisp and refreshing flavor for any occasion. Like all other Ghost Energy, fully transparent, fully loaded, feel-good energy, zero sugars, no artificial flavors. 200 milligrams of natural caffeine. I'm enjoying the tropical mango. It's my favorite can. That's a beautiful looking can, isn't it?
They do have great packaging.
And great flavor.
Curb Appeal is awesome.
Taste. It's awesome. So
On top of the great taste.
go enjoy yourself a Ghost, now sold nationwide at Circle K stores. And that straw bango flavor is here to stay. So jump in the action. Get that tropical mango, straw bango, Sour Patch Kids flavored, Warheads. It doesn't matter. It's all good stuff at Ghost. I do feel bad for Michael Chandler, though.
Will you tell Danny to come in?
Why do you feel bad for Michael?
Because McGregor fucked him and he missed out on his big payday.
Yeah, that part sucks.
That sucks.
Yeah. I don't feel bad for him.
Can we talk about
bad for him.
the Cubs real quick? Justin Steele being out for the year is such a bummer.
It blows.
Because I think it was Tate asked me, he's like, do you think the Cubs are good? And I was like, honestly, I think they are, like, relatively speaking. To obviously, we just took 2 out of 3 of the Dodgers. But I was like, I think this team is gonna win the Central and is a good team. Not Mets, Dodgers, but a good team.
I think they're really good.
Right. And like PCA, I mean, that was 2 home runs. Carson Kelly, like they've got. We know our thoughts on Kyle Tucker, but losing Justin Steele is such a bummer.
It's a
because
huge
I don't
blow.
know I don't know what you do now.
They're gonna have to make a trade.
Sandy Alcantara.
Yeah,
That would be great. He's a stud.
Workhorse. He'll give you 200 innings every year.
What are we going to trade for?
That
we got a
That's
good
the
farm.
conundrum.
Got a good farm system.
But yeah, I'm like very excited about this. Like I went to 2 games when they were home last week. Like I think this team is going to be. I think they can win the Central. I don't know what happens. You got to get something with Justin Steele. It was just such a bummer because it's like I don't know if you feel the same way, Eddie, and Danny's here now. For the first time in whatever it's been, I don't know, 6-7 years, I wasn't just being like, oh, nice start, Cubs. Like maybe they'll stick around. I was like, no, this team is actually good.
They're 8-3 in April. They've beaten all pretty good teams.
Right.
So
they've had a tough road to that.
Really
What are they,
tough.
11-7.
something like that. Yeah. But I'm with you. But now they need a front end starter.
Right.
Because you can't just go in with.
They have that deep farm system, so Alcantara is the name everyone's throwing around. It would probably he's got 3 years, including this year, so he's got all of this year.
You
next
also
year,
can't
2027.
no one's going to trade. They're not going to trade him in April.
It would have to be like at earliest mid-May.
Right.
But, I mean, the Marlins are also, they know what they are. Everybody
Yeah.
knows what the Marlins are. So maybe they are more inclined if they get the package they're looking for. But, yeah, they're going to need to tread water. The lucky thing is with the Cubs, they're in a division where they can do that.
Can you guess why we brought you in here, or do you think we brought you in here to talk
we
Cubs?
brought in Cubs, yeah.
Yeah, I figured. You're a Cubs expert. No, I saw Chaps walk out, so this has to be Cons Dave related.
Yeah, so Dave is all the way back.
Really?
This is the moment I knew he was all the way back. I was like, we started the show, and Eddie was like, let's talk Masters. I was like, no, we got to talk about White Sox Dave. Like, what a week. White Sox Dave did not take any of the, like, praise that I've been heaping on him. He just instead was like, it's bullshit that Danny said I would make an excuse about an injury. So he's mad at you.
That's fair.
But
Why is it bullshit given that you always make excuses?
When have I ever said anything about injury in an athletic-related event?
I don't know. Are you mad about the excuse part or the injury part?
The injury part.
the
You
injury.
think excuse? Sure, I might have, but like I told you guys exactly what I would have said.
Specifically the injury.
Fair. It wasn't like a slight at your
No,
athletic
I
ability.
told him it was a throwaway.
If I'm
Yeah.
okay, if that's what it was, then that's what it
I
was.
told you that. I was like, he just made like this is a funny list of excuses Dave
Okay.
can come up with.
All right,
Yeah.
well, never mind then.
That was like maybe number 7 on the list.
Okay.
He is
All right.
I
That's
mean,
it.
even this is all the way back, just not
Yeah.
using listening.
Yes.
Like I told him what you just said, and he was like, nah.
A classic game of telephone. Dave, you're all the way back.
Are you happy he's back? As
We'll
a
see.
White Sox
Well,
whisperer?
you see, if Dave is all the way back, then that means our relationship is not all the way back. It's
That's a problem.
it's decreased.
inverse.
Yeah. So if he's back, that means that we're on bad terms.
But that's good for content.
Right.
I don't give a fuck about friendships.
Right.
I want content.
Well, it's not about friendships. It's just about coming to work and like not wanting to jump out of the window.
Don't care.
Okay.
I just want content. I mean, I'm sorry.
No, I'm with you.
We all
agree.
have dream jobs. Sometimes you got to come to work and be like, oh, I don't really want to be around this person. That's what makes it great.
No, I just can't. I just can't say yes. I'm happy he's back while also hating him more. It doesn't make sense.
Right. You know that it comes with personal. There's a personal cost to Dave being back.
This needed to happen, and I'm glad it did.
Right. Like it doesn't affect me personally at all. I just get more. There's more entertainment.
Yeah, I agree. Like if there was an on or off switch, I'm on all day. But like, yeah, it's just like there's gonna be days where I'm gonna want to die. Like, that's just
Yeah, you got to take the good with the horrible.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Why didn't you go to Chief's 40th birthday?
It was in
Wait,
England.
is he actually 40?
Yeah.
I thought Nicky Smokes was fucking with him.
No, I think he's
That
actually
sucks.
40.
I just always thought he was a couple years younger than me.
Nicky Smoke spelling 40th with a Y in there. FORTYTH.
Yeah. Not
Never
smart.
seen that in my life.
You didn't go to his birthday party?
in England.
Oh. I didn't even get an invite.
Me neither.
I
don't-
honestly, I didn't care.
And I don't think Nicky Smokes did either.
Yeah.
Actually,
True.
I know Nicky Smokes did.
He just glommed on that trip?
Yeah, Sheaf and his brother.
Jesus.
He's been hanging out with his soccer podcast friends a lot more than you guys. Just saying.
Well, it's the foot fairies right there.
Yeah, the fucking little. Yeah. That sport's so fucking lame.
Every time they try to use a studio, Dave just rolls his eyes at him.
What?
Yeah.
Bitch pics.
We all do.
Wait, how old are you, Dave?
36.
How old are you, Eddie?
34.
Lance, you're in your 20s.
I'm 27.
Okay.
He might-
I know Danny's 32.
He might not be 40.
I thought he was fucking with him.
No, if he's not 40, he's 39. I'm positive.
He's 39.
Yeah.
He's
39.
Oh,
39.
he is 39. Okay, all right.
Oh,
all right.
okay, okay.
All right,
I-
that makes
You
me feel
actually
better.
didn't know that?
For a second, I bought it.
All right.
Oh, no,
Because the
he's
whole
39.
time when I saw that, I was like, there's no way he's actually 40. I
39.
thought he was somewhere in the 37, 39 range.
He's 39.
Okay.
You turned 40 this year, right?
I turned 40 2 months ago.
so you're 1 year older than
Yeah,
me.
Is
Got
it
you.
is it shitty? Because I don't like that number.
I mean, do
remember-
you want the honest answer or do you want the bullshit answer?
Both. Give me both.
Okay, the bullshit answer is no, it's fine, you know.
Ebbs and flows.
Yeah, right. Like you just get a little older, it's not a big deal. The honest answer is it's completely fine for me because I'm rich and it might not be great. That's you asked the honest answer.
I could hit the lottery or something.
That's the honest answer.
Not outside. It's
No, it's-
non-zeros.
I'm happy
You
you
know
didn't.
what it is? It's like you get every time you hit a milestone birthday, you get like very nervous about like. I remember it happened when I was 30. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna turn 30. And then you hit it, and you're like, what the fuck am I worried about? Like 40 is just whatever.
What
like,
freaks me out is I remember my parents being my age now. That freaks me out. I don't like that.
William Williams.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I don't know when. My parents, I think, had me in their mid to late 30s, so I don't know.
My parents were mid-20s. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yes, some of the things like injuries. Just overall
I take
tiredness,
precaution.
but also tiredness. I don't know if that could be because I have 3 kids. Like you might have to deal with it. Like I have money, but I have 3 kids. You're probably richer than me because you have no kids. As we learned.
I mean,
Dave, how about the gall of this guy to bring up his fucking kids?
Yeah. Ridiculous.
fucking yuck.
Gross.
Dad.
Gives me the heebie-jeebies.
You're gonna be such a sap when you're gonna have like 3 daughters, and you're gonna be like, oh, my princesses. And you're gonna do tea parties.
He's gonna be like reluctant to admit he loves them.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's gonna put the makeup on. Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
You got to raise like an icebox from Little Giants. Some
Well,
mean girl.
Assuming I have a son one day, I will be taping his right hand shut.
You're not man enough to have a son, just so you know. You'll have daughters.
Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Oh.
I have two sons, alpha,
Yep.
Okay.
Math equals out.
Yeah.
and a daughter. So mix one in. But yeah, you're not.
You chose the daughter, right? You needed a.
No, I have 2 sons and a daughter.
It wasn't a draft.
It's a great. Yeah, it was a draft. I drafted them all. You'll have kids someday, and you'll be a good dad.
Mhm.
I actually believe that. I do. I think I think White Sox Dave would be a very good dad.
Yeah, he'll forget to pack the kids' lunch every time. It's his responsibility, but
Well, it won't be his responsibility.
Exactly.
Not
You
my
know whose
responsibility.
responsibility it was to pack their lunch when I was growing up?
You,
Me.
School Hard Knocks.
yeah.
Exactly.
I love that.
Dad, I'm only 4.
I love
I
that.
don't care.
Dan, are you pumped for the Cubs season?
Yeah,
Outside Justin Steele?
I have yet to be to a game. This is the first year I
Same.
missed the home opener.
I usually hit a 1 or 2 in April, and I haven't been to one either.
I know. I love April games.
Let's go to one next week.
We
or this
should.
week.
We should. I love April games. It's it's colder, but there's less people. It's just.
Oh, it was
chill.
the one I went to. I went to 2. I went to the Sunday one with my kids, and then I brought Bosco and security guard Pat. They had never been to Wrigley. It was actually the night that Justin Steele got hurt. It was like 30 degrees. It was so fucking.
Yeah. Was Bosco thankful?
Yeah, he liked it.
Oh, good.
Yeah, he was pumped.
I think this is the year you win the 50-50.
I do too. Except they only give us one number now. It's bullshit.
But
You only get one number printed.
Yeah.
It's like the dash.
It's like weighted. I think
It's
now.
No, I think because they did the same thing in Arizona. I think so if you have like
No, it's not dash.
1,000 versus
No, it's
1,100.
No, it's not dash.
No?
It's one number. So I think what they do is they weight it now, like the ping pong lottery ball, where like every time I buy 300 tickets, I get one number. I think it's 300 entries of that number. It's the only explanation I can find. I hate it. I want the whole sheet.
So you don't get the whole.
You get one fucking sheet this big.
Oh, that's a
bullshit,
disaster.
dude. It's bullshit.
Well, it's the change you needed.
Yeah.
At least we got that video last year when we went of you just with the scroll.
Yeah.
I have a buddy who hit the 50-50. I think it was 2023 season at Sox Park in April, and he won like $400.
Yeah.
You do.
I don't care.
Like you gotta start going to
If
lower
that.
level. Like you gotta go to a Wolves game and just see one go through.
I did. I went to a fucking Toledo football game and bought 12% of the tickets.
You still lost.
And I still lost. I had 12% of the tickets. It's impossible.
This is the year.
Yeah.
Maybe not for the Cubs, but for Big Heads 50-50.
Yeah. The important things. In life.
Exactly.
All right. What else we have?
Playing games this week. Do you care?
No, I want us to lose. I'll stay consistent. I don't. I know the lottery. It doesn't change that much. We have basically no chance. But I hate that they've done this again. They got a home game. They won a bunch of games in March. Yes, Boozless is awesome. Yes, Kobe White has been awesome, and Giddey has turned it on. And yeah, I guess they're younger than they've been in the playing game the last few years, but I just think I hate the playing game as just its existence pisses me off.
Yeah, I've been treating this bowl season with a new TV deal like a new Apple TV show. Like I'll get the the service once I start hearing good things about this series.
I think that's completely
suffice
fair
to
way.
say, still haven't gotten.
Now it sucks.
You know.
It's going to be on national TV.
Yeah.
You know they're going to market that arena like it's a big fucking event, and it's just sickening.
I still don't think people talk enough about how Bulls are so gung-ho on keeping Patrick Williams.
Yeah.
And they have been all these years, like no trade every year. He's pretty fucking
They
awful.
extended him.
They missed. Yeah, they missed. I mean,
I saw them tweet like a couple weeks ago, like Patrick Williams had 14 points this game. I was like, 14 points? He's a starter.
It's number 4 over.
It's
Not
just-
anymore. He's not. He comes off the bench now.
Yeah, he does.
Who was the 5 then? It's Giddey, Vooch, Kobe White. Is Io in there?
No, Matas started last
Matas.
time.
Yeah,
then
he's-
Herder.
And then Herder. Yeah, Herder.
Yeah.
Do you want John Morant? Would you make a trade?
No.
No, that's a.
Do you know what I want? It's a stupid thought. I would still take Zion. I know he can't get in shape and he's always hurt, but when he's healthy, he's
What's
awesome.
his contract situation? Do you know?
I don't
Off the
know.
top of your head?
But
Imagine when he discovers Italian beefs for the first time.
yeah, I mean, it can't be
It's
worse
done.
than I mean, if you're doing like fat cities, New Orleans probably has Chicago beat.
Yeah.
Like,
It's nothing.
mean, they
but
have-
rice and.
well, and also you go get a coffee and it's beignets. They literally have
signed
donuts
through
at every
28
place.
season.
What is he?
He signed through the 2028 season.
I feel like they might try to unload him. Just get lucky in the lottery. I know that's so stupid. I know there'll be people who be like, hey, it's crazy you're still like thinking that they're going to rig it the lottery for you, but I don't know.
No, but that's kind of that conversation I was having with Sylvia, and he's like, I think you do it every time. Like, we said this a couple of years ago. Oh, do you want this guy? And then I forgot who he said. Who was in the rumored block last year? Or 2 years ago, whatever. Regardless, and I'm like, the Bulls are like a shitty amusement park. Like you don't get better by just adding one roller coaster.
Correct.
The food sucks, the parking sucks, the employees are miserable. Everything sucks.
They need a guy.
Yes, it's a wasteland.
We have not had a guy since Derrick Rose, and that's just a fact.
Not
You
even-
just can't, and you can't pretend that Zach LaVine was a guy, and and DeMar, and like you just can't. It's clear what the real contenders in the NBA are. Like, look at even the Knicks. The Knicks are the 3 seed. They're not actually contending for a title.
No, not
Like they're not, and they have Kat and Jalen Brunson.
Yeah.
Like there's levels to it, and I just don't. I'm so frustrated being in the same spot every single year, and you see teams that are like have an actual plan. They're like, hey, we're gonna like the fucking Sixers are probably gonna win the lottery, which is bullshit.
They fucking shouldn't. It should be illegal for them.
It should be illegal. But I just as a rule, like the play-in game, I know the bottom of the East is not great, but like if you look at the West, the Golden State Warriors are 48-34, and the Dallas Mavericks are 39-43. Like you play 82 games for a reason. The Warriors are are a playoff team. They shouldn't have to play more to get in.
Oh, it's Jaylen Brown. Remember there was rumors about Jaylen
Yeah.
Brown on the block, and everyone's like, oh, no, I wouldn't take him. He can't dribble
Yeah.
with his left hand. Now it's like, well,
Yes.
we do that deal
Yes.
100 times out of 100. But I don't think you get out of this mess by giving up assets either. Like, we're like one of the few teams who actually have all their picks,
Yeah.
which doesn't
But
mean
we
much
don't.
if we
but
just stay in the
that's
middle.
the
Yeah,
problem.
for sure.
It's
For
like
sure.
we have our picks now, and we got our pick back from San Antonio, but we just don't want to fucking do the thing that you have to do, and that's bottom out. I mean, what did we do? We bottomed out for 1 year. 1 year. I want to say what was the year? It was like, what, 4 years ago?
Was that the year we got Patrick Williams?
I think so.
And we were 4 overall.
And that was, and Jerry was like, that's too much. You know what I mean? Like he's like, we can't do this every year.
But that's a sick part is you bring up the Knicks, and realistically, the Cavs, the Celtics, and maybe a handful of teams in the West can win it all. I'd kill to be the Knicks right now.
Yeah,
So you
absolutely.
actually have a
No
chance.
shot at
Yeah.
the Knicks. I'm just saying
Yeah.
that's how far we're so far away from the Knicks, and the Knicks are still far away from
Yeah.
competing for a title. So
sure.
yeah, this is so it was 2 years. I apologize. It was 2 years where we truly we're like, hey, we got to lose. It was the Boylan year, and it was the Hoiberg Boylan year where we won 22 games, 22-60, and then the COVID year we went 22-43. But the last 4 seasons, and if you want to even go back, if you want to take out those years where we were like, hey, let's be bad, we went 42-40 in 2015, 41-41 in 16-17. We've gone 46 and 36 3 years ago or 4 years ago, 40 and 42, 39 and 43, 39 and 43.
Yeah.
It's the most mediocre run you could possibly have.
Us and the Atlanta Hawks just perpetually in the play-in.
Yeah.
But and then that attendance number comes out, and right at the top is the Chicago
I was
Bulls.
just about to bring that up.
And the fucking Heat doing the thing where a couple of years ago they go to the final as the play-in game, making everyone think, oh, you could get hot. That was just, it's not real. It's not real.
No.
If we play the Cavs, do we win a game? Maybe. One game? Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't think we win one.
I think we might win the classic game 3 at home.
Right.
Yeah. But I
Win
still
one.
The Bulls led the league in attendance.
And that's the frustrating thing, because this March basketball shit drives me insane. Where it's like we rattle off these wins, and we beat the Lakers twice, and the Lakers were trying and playing for something, but okay, we beat the Raptors, they're tanking. Trailblazers, they're in that weird spot where they were trying a little bit at the end. Hornets tanking. Heat suck. Wizards suck. Tanking. 76ers tanking. These are all the wins in the last few weeks. And then we play a team like the Thunder and lose by 30. We play a team like the Cavs, who were still playing for something at the time, and lose by 20.
Yeah, and then people are going to see those wins and get hopeful. It makes no sense, and it sucks too, because I do like a lot of our guys. Like you said, I like Buzelis. I like
We're
Kobe
younger,
White.
yeah. That part I understand, and I'm actually excited about Buzelis, and I'm excited about Kobe White, and Giddey. I don't know what they're going to do, because Giddey's another one where it's he was not great at the start of the season, then he started playing well. Do you give him the money? I don't know. I just want to get out of this fucking mediocre muck.
Who's hateable on the Bulls?
Nobody.
Vooch. I don't like Vooch.
He's old guard though.
Well, I mean, he doesn't.
Yeah,
he doesn't. He's a traffic cone.
And then you could say
A nice guy. No offense to him, but we should have traded him.
Yeah, for sure.
But no one wants him because he's what he is.
But
he's an empty 18 and 10.
But part of the resentment you hold towards him is the assets we gave up to get him too.
Right.
So
Correct.
that's just
correct. It's not his fault.
Exactly.
That AK made that trade.
For sure. And then I'd say the only other one is Patrick Williams, because we're all just supremely disappointed in him.
Yeah.
Besides that, it's kind of a likable team.
Yeah.
So it's not even anything personal, but it's just hey, you guys just ain't good enough.
Vooch is like a Carlos Boozer light.
That's a good comparison.
Where it's he's gonna get the stats, but is he someone that you can trust in? If we're ever going to be winning basketball team, his
stats are crazy good.
Vooch?
Career wise.
No, he's a very good basketball player, but he's a little older and he's not good defensively, and it's just
there's no point.
Right.
DraftKings, the great rewards hunt is on, so join the adventure with DraftKings Casino. For fun seekers, follow the trail to huge jackpots, weekly bonuses, and exclusive games. Plus, new players can get their losses back up to $1,000 in casino credits on their first day. Just sign up with code STRETCHPOD and start playing to get up to $1,000 in casino credits back with a minimum $5 net loss. Only on DraftKings Casino. The crown is yours. Before you leave, Kyler Gordon signed a 3-year extension.
Yes.
I love 3 years.
Love 3 years.
I love 3-year deals. He's only 25. Good move. Needed a nickel cornerback. Would this affect you would this stop you from drafting Will Howard if they went that direction?
I don't think he's going to be available.
You think he goes before 10?
He's going to go before 10.
Yeah, probably.
Everything I've been reading, it's the draft starts at 9, which is never something you want to hear when you have the 10th.
but I can't make heads or tails on everything after 5.
Right.
5 through, there's really the first. I mean, now that Shador is not going to go.
I'm kind of getting into the idea of trading. If someone was desperate for Shador at 10, that would be awesome.
And then I'm really buying a lot of hype from the Marshall kid, Green.
Yeah.
The way people talk about him is glowingly.
What is the draft? 2 weeks from now?
Next Thursday.
Yeah. Next Thursday.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is crazy that the Bears won 5 games and have the 10th pick. It's so bad. That was, I'll look it up, but
last year it would have been 2 years ago now, it would have been good for 4th or 5th.
Right.
Yeah.
It was just there was a lot of bad teams last year.
If we would have lost week 18, we would have had number 7.
Is it worth?
I wanted to win.
I wanted to win in the
What's
moment.
the fucking difference
Fuck
between
that.
10 and 7? 10 and 7.
There's a difference.
I know
there's definitely a difference, but I don't care.
Fuck it.
In the
Not
moment,
that
I was
big of a difference.
in the moment, I was I don't care, even though And months later, years later, I may care.
How
You still got to nail the pick. What are you going to do?
exactly?
I mean, you still got to get
It doesn't
the pick
matter
right.
if you have the first pick or the 50th pick. You have to
Get
nail
the
that
pick right.
Get the pick right. So that's why I'm like, fuck it, fuck the Packers. I do think there is something to entering the offseason with that win over your most your hated rival.
Yeah, no, I was fine with it in the moment, but I was like,
I'm
hey.
still fine with it. Fucking
Yeah, because nothing happened yet. I'm saying once the cards fall how they may, like you may at some point be like, oh fuck, like maybe it wasn't worth it.
5 wins last year would have gotten you the 5th pick.
yeah.
Like it just sucks because like the 10th pick
Yeah.
is kind of no man's land, where it's like you
getting
want to get excited, but you can't get like super pumped.
You have no idea what's going to go on.
Yeah, it was
ahead
the
of you.
6th pick the year before, so yeah, it's just a weird year that we were a bad football team and we have the 10th pick, and it's just I don't know. Like I'm excited, but it's also like when you have the 10th pick, you don't really have a choice. Like it's gonna be made for us.
Yeah, like it's weird. We've had so many years where we felt involved with the draft. Like even this year with the draft show, it's like 10th, we're kind of just like an afterthought.
It's like whatever's best available.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like you're not really into it.
All right, I gotta go.
All right, go run.
He's
We'll
gotta
talk
go
some
do
White Sox and
the-
we'll get out of here.
Rundown. Real quick on the extension. So prior to the next year's draft and free agent signings and everything, the Bears are projected to have $24 million of cap space, meaning you're going to have to that's not nearly what it is the last handful of years, so you're going to have to maneuver. So I was looking at it, and I think Tremaine Edmonds will be an easy cut.
You're talking next year? After this year?
After this year.
Well,
I mean, you're getting ahead of your skis, but if you cut DeAndre Swift after this year, you're only losing $800 against the cap.
Yeah.
About $2 million for Edmonds, and then you can save $18 million with Jonah Jackson should you cut him, and you can restructure Sweat and Moore's deals. But I mean, heading into next year, that's not a ton of wiggle room, you know.
no, I see what you're saying, and I think Swift is it's
Easy.
a foregone
That's- yeah,
conclusion.
he's
that
gone,
that's
so,
gone. But
yeah.
who knows? I think you got to see the seasons play out before.
For
you
sure.
can cap crunch for next year.
But after next year, you got to start thinking about Williams and the quarterback.
for sure,
So,
for sure.
but
Um,
all in all, good signing though. Gordon's a stud. I like Gordon.
yeah, for sure.
Everybody likes Gordon.
Would it deter you from drafting a cornerback at 10, specifically if he is there? Because it wouldn't deter me.
No,
I think that's
no,
such
no,
a
no.
premium position.
Yeah, no. I at 10,
It's not breaking news, but it is.
I'm saying best player available, probably, right?
See, that
if
depends on who you talk to.
Aside from if quarterback drops, but
Depends on who you talk to. A lot
I-
of people think if whoever you pick at 10, they got to be a day one starter.
I think most people who wouldn't be.
An offensive lineman might not be.
Will Campbell might not be,
Yeah, that's what I'm
but
saying.
is he still the best player? I don't know. Like at 10, to Dan's point, it's more of a crapshoot, you know.
Like I'd be okay with if you go best player available at 10 if they're not a day one like Will Campbell.
Mm-hmm.
If you have him compete with Braxton Jones, he does win the job, and if maybe you buy into the arm length thing, which Gruden says does matter.
I just can't wrap my head around how 1 inch makes a difference.
Yeah, I
but
don't know.
everybody says it does, so who am I to argue against it, you know?
Yeah, he battles for that
33-inch arms, you're a guard. If you have 34-inch arms, you're a tackle.
and then you try to compete with Jackson at guard if you don't win that. I don't know.
They
I'm
need
fine
depth
with
too,
that.
obviously.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
you need to get younger too.
Yeah.
Tooney's 32, so
Yep.
I would be okay with that. I know I might be in the minority. People might not like that.
I would
but I'm
be
fine with it.
okay with anything that ends in an L. Honestly, like trust. Like I would never personally draft a running back top 10 in this age of football. If they draft Genty 10, who am I? Like let these guys do their thing. You know, I think they get, and especially Johnson, but Poles too a little bit. I think they get 1 year grace, where it's like okay,
It's so crazy that Poles is like his clock is completely reset.
It is.
I know.
I mean, we were talking a year ago.
I know.
You know, is he on the hot seat?
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. They legit reset his whole clock because of Ben Johnson, but whatever.
Hey, that's
It is
fine
what
though.
it is.
I think
as
it's
long as Johnson's good and
yeah.
I figure it out. Be the GM. I don't care. Just play good ball. You wanted that sweep yesterday. I know you did.
Yeah, of course I did. I wanted it.
The Red Sox, that's just a team they're probably top 3 on your detest list. Right?
They're probably they're distant third. It's Cubs will always be 1.
Twins too.
No, Yankees too. I don't care about the Twins.
I
That's the thing.
I was thinking someone divisional.
I don't hate the Indians or the Guardians. I don't hate the Royal. Like, it's cyclical for AL Central teams.
Yeah, there's
there's no blood rivalry.
There's no Braves who
right.
Since you're back now, are you gonna start tweeting the picture of the dead baby cub again?
Maybe. Well, they're not.
So graphic. You remember that? Whenever Cubs would play the Sox, you would just like tweet a photo of like a baby bear bleeding out.
I don't remember that.
I did it like once or twice. I didn't.
It made me laugh every time.
People didn't like that though.
I know.
But it's really a distant third, and it's only a distant third, I think, because the sale trade we were so.
No, that
angry.
was no. That's
because they would talk shit about the return. That's why.
No, it's Quintana.
Oh, it's Quintana. Sorry,
Quintana, and I like that. That's when the Carabas rivalry started because at the time, Blake Swihart was one of the Red Sox top prospects. He fizzled out. He's not in baseball anymore as far as I'm aware, but he was like a top 20 guy, a catcher, switch hitter that was supposed to hit for average power, all that stuff, kind of like Adley Rutschman. And at the time, when the Sox still had Jose Quintana, I'm like going through all the potential landing spots for him, Red Sox being one of them, and I was like, Jose Quintana has put up 3 5-win seasons in a row. His contract's insanely cheap for the next 5 years. He's going to cost 4 pieces, 2 of them being like highly thought of pieces. Mm-hmm. And I expected Jared Carabas to have my back on that, and I said Blake Swihart would be the headliner, and Jared Carabas did not have my back, and that's where the feuds are. I'm like, you're a baseball guy, and you can't like kind of sort of put together what a potential trade package is, and he's like, that's crazy. The Red Sox wouldn't give up Swihart for him 1 for 1. I'm like, well, they might not, but like the White Sox like wouldn't do that either because you would need at least 4 pieces. And then Red Sox fans were just coming at me in droves saying, "Oh, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about." I was right in the end. He didn't get dealt to the Whites or the Red Sox. He got dealt for 2 premium pieces plus 2 more to the Cubs. So I won that argument.
I know you did. I remember it vividly.
But that was my rivalry with Red Sox fans, and then it flipped to Yankees. So it was like 1984, like we're fighting Eurasia versus East Asia type stuff, and it just flips on a whim. Then I became friends with Red Sox fans because I started hating the Yankees, like detesting them. And so,
but I did have to check in on Red Sox Twitter once they lost the first 2, and
I shoot the shit through DM with Will Middlebrooks here and there. He's a Barstool fan. Great guy to talk baseball with, and he had. Did you see the clip of him talking? They were in, I want to say Anaheim, maybe. And they were playing like shit out there, and they're like, "Thank God we got the White Sox on our schedule. A couple layups right there. We should come home with at least 3 wins." Like and they're just trashing the White Sox, and the White Sox went up and just smoked them the first year.
Gotta be happy with that.
Yeah, no,
hard like that.
I don't care about wins and losses right now. That's not what this season's about. Hopefully they lose every single fucking game they play. I care about Shane Smith continuing to dominate. He looks awesome.
Yep.
And it's funny because you watch him pitch, he has no idea how to pitch. He's just a guy that has that nasty shit that he's getting by with just sheer physical talent right now. Once it clicks for him, he could be like a legit fucking all-star type pitcher. That's how good his stuff is. It's nasty. Chase Meidroth, the second or third piece in the Garrett Crochet deal this past December, got called up against the Red Sox. What a breath of fresh air he is, Ed. That's a guy that works counts, walks, sprays the ball over. He looks like he is enjoying playing the game of baseball just by his mannerisms on the field, and when he's being all yappy and kind of he's a little pest.
Yeah, but I do understand that you said you want them to lose every game, but there is something where I do think you guys need a cookie here and a cookie
it's baseball. You're going to get those here. And
no, but I know, but it is nice to see. You can't just lose.
But it's not that they won those 2 games. It's how they did it.
Exactly.
If they would have lost those 2 games and Chase Meidroth and Shane Smith and the guys that matter would have still played well, I would have counted them as a victory anyways. Mm-hmm. And it's nice to see it in the actual win and loss column. They won a couple games. But
when they're ripping off 8-game losing streaks consistently, it's nice to see them win a series against a team that's, by all accounts, could win their division. So.
They're not winning their division.
I mean, it's a bad start. It's a really bad start.
They're not a very good.
But they were picked as possibly a division winner once they signed Bregman.
They were. they're still not a very good team.
Sure.
But
The first step of the White Sox being back is White Sox Day being back. And it's pretty fitting that they sweep the Red Sox at the same week that you beat Cons. I'll say that. Stars are aligning for...
It's a nice week for you.
It was a pretty good week. Pretty good week.
Yeah. All right.
But that's
Pretty
it on
good
the
week.
White Sox. We do have to talk about Colts Montgomery briefly. I don't know. He might be broken. He might be completely fucking broken. And a lot of their rebuild hinges on him being a stud up the middle player at shortstop.
What was he sick with? Like, isn't that why he started down, or was it a service time thing? Or
No,
he was sick when we were out there.
He sore back or something.
Oh.
Back spasms. So we missed like 3 weeks of spring training. Obviously he didn't play. Like, there was a chance that he would have broke camp with the club if he would have had an awesome spring training, but he made the choice for them when he didn't play for 3 weeks. Not that he wasn't hurt, not saying he's faking it or nothing like that, but there was an easy choice, and then he's striking out like a 50. He did go 2 for 4 with the bomb last night or 2 nights ago, but it's very scary.
Maybe he's more hurt than...
I don't think that affects striking out though, and your plate discipline. And he's not walking. He's swinging at everything. It's like he got the Monstars attacked him.
That's not good.
It's not good. It's not good, but
Really bad. All right, then. Anything else? Danny, got anything?
I think that's it. I'm fresh off a bachelor party.
Oh,
Took
where
a
at?
flight this morning from Austin,
Oh,
Texas.
this morning.
Yeah.
Oof.
you came straight to the office from the airport?
I stopped home first. Had a shower.
Where did you go?
Austin, Texas.
Did you, but where? What,
We
like,
did...
what barbecue place? What?
What is it? Black?
Cherry Blacks.
Yeah,
Terry
Terry Black's.
Black's.
We ordered from there. We also did, you would love this, just 5 hours on tubes on the river drinking.
Okay.
So
Sail down the-
I
Dad's
actually
done that
Yeah.
on the Fox River, and he does it every year with like his brothers and shit. And he's like, you got to do it. It's funny. You just get shit faced on a tube.
I actually don't love those for the simple fact, how was the river? Did you have to get out and fucking push at times?
No, it was pretty shallow for the most part. There were times where like it'd be a little over your head, but no, it wasn't very fast either. There was like a couple mini rapids, like waterfalls, but you could control it.
That's
Except
fine.
When you did get out, though, it was straight rocks on your feet,
Yes.
scraping.
Yeah,
That
that's-
Texas sun is no fucking joke.
Yeah.
either.
Did you get?
Yeah, we all got scorched.
Well, you
like
look
our
like you.
no, yeah, but it was like our feet, like our ears, our legs. You know,
The things you
the
don't-
spots. Yeah,
Think to put the sunscreen on. Yeah.
right. The feet for sure.
That does sound awesome, but I
Terry
don't know
Black's
if I
is
could
so good.
handle it in Austin because of the heat. I'd be the coffee mug.
I love your name on that.
I don't want to lose this. They're expensive.
Dave, I don't think many people are going to steal a red mug on you.
This is a nice mug. Someone could take this home. One of the adults in the office, like, yeah, it's just sitting there.
That's why there's cameras. That's how we saw you
Well,
spilled your dip.
I'm not gonna.
You wouldn't pull the footage if someone stole your Yeti?
No,
I think you're in grounds to
Oh, yeah.
pull the footage for that.
I wouldn't though. I could. I wouldn't. I'd be like, what the fuck? And I just like signing my signature.
All right. That's
Don't you
it.
like signing your signature?
Yeah, it's print though.
Not down there. It's not. On the
Oh,
bottom.
double. It looked like you crossed someone else's name out and put yours on there for a second.
It's got double sig. That cup is
go
the
for
bane
money.
is the bane of Lance's existence, which I love.
It's just everywhere, all the time. I can't escape it. Every time we're recording something, that little red mug will just pop up, and it's so bright and vivid. You can't miss it.
He finds it distracting. I wonder if the viewers find it distracting.
Let us know.
Yeah, let us know. It's Dave's red cup. Now we brought attention to it. Now it's all they'll notice. Notice the ghost, though. All right, then. That's it. Everybody, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We will see you guys next time.